Hey guys, welcome back to DoodyDraws. So in today's video I'm gonna take you guys through the process of the biggest commission I've done to this day. A few years ago I was contacted by a friend of mine who was a part of the art direction team of a TV show here in Egypt. They wanted to commission me to do a life-size rhino sculpture for the show to appear in one of the episodes, but there was a twist. They only gave me 2 days to finish it. Now at this stage I only did like small sculptures for my personal projects like Lil Dude and some other small props that we used in other gigs, but nothing to this scale. If you see my last video you'd already know that I work in the film industry. So of course, the dumb and ambitious artist in me accepted the offer, and on hindsight I probably shouldn't, but it turned out great. So for the first day I immediately went to get like materials and stuff, and as soon as I got home I started working on it. I started by making the armature using some aluminum wire and started to make the silhouette of the figure and shaping everything into place. Then I started filling in the bulk of the figure using some aluminum paper and cardboard paper, just so I can save up on clay and the figure at the end would be a little bit lighter. Oh yeah, quick disclaimer here. So if you get commissioned a big sculpture, you need to know how long it would take you to finish the whole thing, and don't accept any offer. So for this commission I told them that 2 days isn't enough for me to sculpt, model and cast and then paint everything. This is at least a 5 days commission. So we agreed that I'd give them the initial sculpture with clay, hence why I was trying to make it lighter, but it totally ended up being so heavy. Like, I don't know how did it work, but you would see at the end. Thankfully everything went well. So yeah, back to the process. After I was done with the bulk of the figure, I started adding in the clay. Here I was using air dry modeling clay just because this was the kind that was accessible to me at the time, and I already knew that I wouldn't be casting it, so it didn't really matter. So after I've covered the main part of the sculpture with clay, I started making the horns. I basically did the same thing I did earlier. Using the wire I did the armature for the horns, and then filled it in with aluminium sheets until it got into shape, and then attached it into the rest of the sculpture. I did 2 horns, one big and one small, based on some reference photos I had of white rhinos in front of me, then also covered it with clay. I used the wire mesh to get the shape of the ear, because I needed something thin and that would hold in the structure. After I was done with the main silhouette of the figure, I moved on to smoothing in the clay and adding the details. The eyes were my favorite part to work on, especially in the coloring stages. You'll see how it takes this sculpture from looking like a piece of shit into a realistic rhino bust. Now that the sculpture is done, I left it to dry overnight, and then the next morning I started painting it. Did some quick washes with grey and dark brown, and also some light green washes at the places where the moss or like the algae would build up. For the eyes I painted the inside black. And using some paintbrush bristles, I cut some out of an old brush I had and then attached it into the eyes using some super glue to make the lashes. And to finish it off, using some clear nail polish, I coated the inside pupil just to get rid of this dull, lifeless look and give it a bit of a realistic feeling to it. And now you can say hi to my rhino.
Make sure to leave in the comments some suggestions of what we should name this big guy.
After some quick posing with my new friend and some glamour shots for the final reveal, I needed to add in some extra support to the figure, so I drilled a hole in the back of the sculpture and got a welder to make a base for it using a metal rod and sheet, and it also helped us assemble it and attach it into the frame and make it more stable, and it could withstand all this weight. Now are you ready to see our rhino friend in the show?
الحياة والموت، الحلم واليقظة، محطات للروح الحائر، متخبطا في بحر الظلمات، متشبثا في عناد بأمل يتجدد، باسما في غموض. محمد تبحث عن الرحال. انت فاهم انا عايز اقول لك ايه؟ كلام فيري ديب.
While working on this commission, I only thought I was building a random prop that would appear in the background of the scene, but I had no clue that they'd make him move and talk and literally interact with the main character. The VFX team took some scans of the sculpture on set, and then was able to work on their magic and make this happen. So I'm really glad I was part of this process, and I hope you guys liked it too. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to my channel. We're really close to 2k subs, and I hope we make it before the end of this year. So if you did subscribe, make sure to let me know in the comments. I'd be really thankful for it, and see you in the next video.